guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. So in today's video we're going through some checkpoints. So basically this is the CXC checklist that I have put together. So if you're interested in going through this checklist, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and just continue watching. So the first thing we have on our CXC checklist is, and basically this checklist is really meant to help students to be prepared, right? It's like a checklist, just to ensure that you have everything and that you're doing everything the way that you should in order to succeed in your CXC exams. If you need other videos on relating to CXC advice, tips, tricks, and all that stuff, down below will be the CXC playlist with over 50 videos. I'm not saying I go watch 50 videos, but if it's for a particular subject, whether you're struggling with maths or you want to overpass English, bio, HSB, IT, go and check that playlist, and there should be a video in there talking about something relating to you. And also there's also the free CXC study guide that is in there's a link in my Instagram bio that leads to the free CXC study guide, so you can also go and like check that out if you want to. So everything will be down below in the description. Anyways, let's just continue with the video. So the first thing on the checklist is ensure that you have the material. So this can be books, whether online books or basically physical books. So basically you need material to study from. So either you have a textbook, or you just work from your notes that the teacher give you, or you rent the book, you find the book online, something, but you need materials when you're preparing for your CXC exams. You need some kind of material, whether online book, physical book, the notes from your teacher. It doesn't matter what you need, or even the library. If your school at your library rent the textbooks, or like my high school would have a book room, so you can probably rent a textbook. But if your library rents books relating to CXC like that, then that would be great. But point is that the first thing on the checklist is ensuring that you have material. Basically you just need material that you can study from. That is the aim of the first checkpoint, because listen, how you gonna pass the exam and you not no material and not study, like, it doesn't make sense. So you need some information. That's the key word that I want to use. You need information. So whether it's from notes, books, online, somewhere, just wherever you can get the information from in order to pass your exams, do it. So that's the first point, ensuring that you have CXC materials available to you, and specifically having books, whether it be a textbook, rent the book, buy the book, online book, your notes from your teacher, just have something. So the second thing on the checklist is having past papers. So you need past papers. So just ensure that you are doing past papers, whether it be you watching past paper videos on YouTube, or you printing the past papers, or your teacher give you the past papers. Because I did in grade 11, I did get some past papers from the home economics department when I do, point is that I did get some past papers from teachers, right? So everybody did get some, like basically them just find some old ones and then them say, oh, you can look on these questions and blah blah blah. But it's ensure you have some kind of past paper working with. Ensure you look upon them, ensure you read the question, ensure that you attempt the questions them for yourself. And if you get a past paper question and you realize you cannot answer it, make sure you answer it. So whether it be Google the answer, something, search your notes, search your textbook, but ensure you are prepared for your exam. So literally, if you book up on a question and you realize you cannot answer the question, that is not a really, just find the answers. Because even me now in a college, when I prepare for my exam them, literally when I do my past papers them for my exams, and if I book up on a question on the past paper and realize I cannot answer it, I Google it, I search the notes, and I go find the answer to it, because obviously I don't know the answer. So ensure that, because guess what, even though that specific question might not come back on the paper too, listen to me, something very similar to it can come back, and you don't want to go into the exam and say, but what if me just go find the answer at the time? Would I know what the answer? No. So just ensure, say, you're using some past papers in order to prepare for your CXC exam. So that's checkpoint number 2. Checkpoint number 3, So on this checklist is SBA. Ensure that your SBA is completed and done properly. Please don't just send in something. So ensure say it's completed and done properly, because SBA grade can really influence what your final grade is in the CSEC subject. Because I already talked about my stories, but yes, with maths especially, but it can literally make a difference between a grade 2, a grade 3, a grade 1. I'm gonna preach it over and over again, but it matters. Your SBA grade does matter. You submitting a bad SBA is like you just going at the exam and say whatever is whatever. You might can still pass, because if you manage to swing through with a grade 3, good for you. But at the end of the day, ask yourself this: do you want to take that chance? Do you want to take that risk? Doing say, alright, I submit this idiot SBA and it's really 50-50 in the exam. So you know what, just submit a good SBA. Don't chance it. Don't just submit a good SBA, and just let that be point number 3 on this checklist. So if you know say your SBA completed and it's done, if it don't done yet and you know you're working on it now, you're working with the group depending on what SBA or it's individual SBA, whatever it may be, just ensure so you submit a good SBA. Because for example, if the SBA, the math SBA usually mark with a 20, for example, don't get less than 18. Or if you get to 17 or 20, you can go on with it. But don't make it be a case where you get 10 out of 20 for your SBA grade. That don't look good at all going into the exam, just saying. Because if you can't do the SBA, what hopes people will have say you go do something at the exam? Just be honest. So ensure you complete a good SBA and submit it on time. The next point is covering, the next checklist point is covering all the topics on your syllabus. Now this is really good, because one thing that I've come to realize is that, you see, when you finish the syllabus, when you finish the content, you let you significantly increase your chances of doing well on the exam. You don't want to go on the exam and you only study 50% away of the syllabus, and then let's just say it was just a bad day for you, and the 50% where you don't study, most of the questions revolve around the 50% we just never study. You know how salt you get into that exam? So listen to me. Ensure so you cover all the syllabus. Even read through it. Even if you don't have even if your mental capacity full, by the time I exam you study so much, you study different subjects and you stress out and everything, ensure you at least read over the information even one time. Because I tell you something, the brain is a wonder. You don't want to just make sure, because alright, for me went to exam before, and sometimes you read over something but you never did really actively learn it. Just that I read it over, just to see I read it over going to the exam, and it's like the exam we're going to the paper, I see it and it's like my brain just waited it, read it, and it just chip in. And you see, because I never really study, I write it down same time as I remember it, because anyone may believe that section of the paper, go back, go somewhere and come back, I not remember what the answer be. So just ensure you at least read over the content information and study and prepare, right? So just try and cover all of the topics in the syllabus, right? So just try and do that. That's checklist point number 4. So number 5 on this checklist is doing a mock test. Usually your high school will do a mock test before exam. My high school, they do a mock test before my exam. So you can try that, definitely. Try and do that and see if, you can see where you're at, basically. So literally do a mock test before you're going to exam them, and it will tell you how ready you are. If you do that mock test and you get like say them mark a mock test out of 100 and you realize you only get 40%, you know you're not ready at all for nothing. You don't ready at all, and so you have work to do. So do a mock test just to tell you where you're at before the actual exam. Because what if that was the actual exam, you're going to the exam and get that 40%? That's not even a grade 3. You fail the exam, basically. So ensure say you do a mock test. Usually your school are gonna have it, and you just ensure you show up and do it, basically. So the next point, the 5th and final point, is just ensuring that you have your materials for your CXC exams from early. Now you're gonna need the ID, pen, pencil, all those stuff, calculators or maths. Ensure your timetable is printed. So listen, you don't want to be one of those people where you never realize upon Monday your exam, and in your brain you feel like I did Wednesday the exam. When Monday gone and the exam gone, what you gonna do? Ensure you print a timetable, ensure you look on it frequently, ensure you write it down, do something, because you do not want to get the dates mixed up and then you miss the exam. Because when you miss that exam and you gotta tell them, so, oh, whenever they realize you did Monday, I think I Wednesday, them don't care. Them don't care. Them literally don't care. So me tell them now, print the timetable. So usually either the school give it to you, or you print it, or you write it down, but do something. Don't make it be a case where you miss the exam just because a date mix up. You don't want to afford that. I also gonna need the ID, so with your school ID or passport, just have an ID ready, visit those exams. Ensure so you know what examination center. So this is for people who maybe not in high school or them graduate high school and them go evening class or something. Ensure you know exactly where the examination center is. Ensure you're familiar with the place. You don't want, and if you aren't familiar with the place, on the day of the exam, go look early and go search for the room. Go early and go search for the room where the exam will be in. Don't let it be a case where the exam will start 1 o'clock. The exam will start 1 and you will show up 12:55 and you don't know where the room there. And you run up and down and search the place. By the time you find the room at 1:10, you lose 10 minutes out of the exam time already just because you don't know where the place there. So don't be like that. Ensure you know where the exam is going to be held. Ensure you know the date like the back of your hand. Ensure you have the materials, your pen, your pencil, the bubble sheet thing. Ensure you have the H2B pencil where you go shade and the machine I go pick up for the MCQ for the paper 1. For the paper 2, ensure you have a black or a blue ink pen, writing pen. Don't go into the exam with one pen because that, listen, check your pen before you're going to the exam. Check your pens before you're going to the exam, and at least have 2 pens, at least have 2 pencils, and bring one sharpener and rubber. Like, don't let it be, or even know a ruler, depending on what exam you're going to sit. Don't let it be a case you're in the exam and the pen stop work for you, and then one pen you're going there with. You can't afford that. And you don't want to go in there and you got 1 pencil and the pen broke out pen at the exam. What you going to do? You're not a sharp man and an extra pencil. Bring 2 pencils at least. Or bring 2 pen at least and check the pen them, run the pen them before you go into that exam and say you're going to put yourself in a problem. So try and do all of that in order to prepare for your exams. And overall, just good luck on your exam. Just do your best when the date come. Don't stress out. Be calm as you can. All you are nervous, just be as calm as you can. Just ensure you take the time and prepare well. And as I said before, there's a CXC study guide in my Instagram bio. Click the link and it will lead to the CXC study guide. When it comes up, you click on free CXC study guide. It will lead you to that. And also the CXC playlist is down below. I wish you guys the best on your exam. This is basically the CXC checklist. This is what 6 points, 6 different points on the checklist. So when you're preparing for your exams, follow this checklist and ensure that you're preparing to the best of your ability. Ensure you cover the syllabus. Ensure you study. Ensure you do pass your grades. Ensure your SBA is submitted. And overall, good luck on your exams. And this is the end of today's video. Alright, so bye guys.